Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. It has been a while. Honestly, welcome back, and I hope you have all been well. Today I'm going to be going over how to scale to 100k per month, and how I've done it. I broke it down into 4 different compartments: mindset, scalability, OnlyFans and platforms. This video is going to be really good for those who are doing their OnlyFans themselves. If you're a creator or you are an agency watching this and you haven't been able to quite meet this area of expertise and get 100k per month yet, but I'm going to break it all down. So let's get right into the video. I'm going to start off with mindset. So mindset, I know it's very cliche and everyone talks about, oh, mindset this, mindset that, and it's such an easy thing to overlook and hear someone talk about it and it just gets brushed to the back of your mind. But it is one of the key pushers and fundamentals when you are trying to be successful in the OnlyFans industry. If you are a creator, I do meet a lot of creators like yourselves, or if you're a bit of a different creator and you're a bigger one, maybe some of these are holding you back. Even within the agency space, if we dive into, you know, the 3 aspects of mindset that I would like to jump into: long-term patience. Not many people have actual patience when it does come to growing their OnlyFans. What you have to realize when you are pushing traffic through an IG or you're pushing traffic through an X, it does take months and months of uploading to see what works and always making changes. And if you have got too much of an ego, it can affect you massively if you're not willing to learn, take on board, if you're not willing to join a team or employ people and realize your weak points. The next one is discipline. We've all been there. We've all felt really shit about our day. Even today, it's not been the best day for me. But here I am making this long form YouTube video for all you people just to help you out. And this is a massive thing with a lot of creators. They work and they literally do everything based on motivation, and it doesn't really get you anywhere. You have to discipline yourself when it comes to creating content, because creating content is a full-time job pretty much. Yes, you're not doing full-time work, but yes, you do need to put the work in at least 4 or 5 days a week for it to work. So these are the 3 basic pillars that I want to touch on within mindset. Yeah, there are a lot of other factors that we can talk on, but these are the 3 that I think are the most important. So when we actually go into these and we break them down, so long-term patience, right, we want to break this one down. So we want to zoom in. Why is it doing this? There we go. So long-term patience, most creators quit right before they start to click. This is so true. I've worked with so many creators, and just because it's not clicking within the first 4 weeks when they're new to content creation, what you have to realize is when it does come to content creation, you have to be experienced. It's like any job. And if you are a bigger creator, sometimes, you know, you might be getting reduced amount of views. You might have gone from 300k to 100k views. You just need to keep trialing and testing and keep going and going and going. Patience separates those who try from those who build longevity. Really, if you want to be successful in this industry, you really have to be patient, and you have to focus on systems, consistency and refinement, not just short-term bursts of motivation, which I've seen so many creators do. On to the next one is ego control. As an agency owner, I come across loads and loads of girls that have ego, that can't accept that they don't know everything, or their ego allows them to believe that maybe getting money rapidly, maybe they've done 10 grand in the first month, that all they need to do is keep recreating the same piece of content, not trialing anything else. They feel like they don't need help because, you know, they're doing 5k consistently, and because they've been doing that in their first 3 months, that they can push on and get further. Even if you're a bigger creator, the ego comes in where you've been there, you've done it, you might have fallen off a little bit, you might be getting a team that isn't supporting you very well. What you have to do is drop the ego a bit and accept you don't know everything, and that's how you can create a great team working environment, and how you can employ and always improve. Because if you're not constantly changing and improving in this industry, you will get left behind massively. So what I've put here: ego kills evolution, data builds empires. It's true. It's a data driven industry, so we're always looking over the data, seeing how we can improve. Be confident, not comfortable. It's a massive thing for these girls who are massive on OF or IG. When I say massive, like earning 50k a month or something, you know, always understand that you can make more money. You just need to keep pushing and doing the right things. The next thing is, the next part I wanted to touch on is discipline. A lot of creators I see, they are lazy. We've all been doomed with these lazy creators. And maybe you're a creator watching and you just feel on the night times you've got these bursts of motivation, but in the daytime, like, you just feel like not doing anything. If you do go to the gym and you're a creator, just treat it like the gym. Just treat it as something that you have to put work into every day, or at least 4 or 5 days a week to push anywhere. Because if you are not disciplined and you're not doing the work, it's impossible to grow. I've seen so many creators with potential that have no discipline, that literally destroy like any opportunity they have to earn a lot of money. So I put here, most creators only work when they feel like it. The 100k mindset equals doing the work even if it's boring. If you're tired, it's repetitive. Discipline equals daily consistency of volume. Momentum equals money. Consistency is sexier than motivation. I do find this really a funny saying, actually, because motivation, we've all been there on the nights, laying in our bed like, oh, well, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and become a millionaire. It's not actually what makes you a millionaire. The funniest thing is, it's always when you become that consistent and you do things that often, like when you do get that sense of achievement. Yes, it's great, but you fucking worked hard to get there, so you know it's well deserved. And I think when motivation makes you feel like, you know, you haven't worked hard, but I'm going to go get it today. Just the world doesn't work like that. And all of these tie into accountability. If you are a creator and you have no accountability, then you are screwed. Stop blaming the algorithm. I've seen so many models drop off because their content quality has dropped, but they're blaming, oh, the algorithm's banning me. It's not banning you. If all your status checks are clear and there's no shadow bans on the account, then it's more of a you problem than an algorithm problem. Bad luck than other people. It's not bad luck. It's just a case of like, keep working hard and developing your skills, take the help where it's offered, and you will get to where you need to be. You have to take full ownership to become successful. The mindset is, my growth is my responsibility. You can't scale what you don't take ownership of. It's pretty simple. If you join a team or you've got a workforce and you can't take accountability, you will never, ever, ever grow. So I just touched on mindset really shortly, and I hope it helped a lot of people understand to get to 100k per month. If you aren't thinking like long term, or you haven't got your ego under control and you're not disciplined, without them, you're never ever going to make it there. So the next thing that I wanted to get into is platforms. So when it does come to scaling to 100k per month, the main thing getting there is hitting specific platforms, and it's about building the right ecosystem. So when it does come to building the right ecosystem, I've put it into 3 main components. The first one is, you want to just master one platform. I've been on a lot of mentorship courses. I've done this industry for a long time. And the one thing we all have in common, and the one thing I've always learned, is what you have to do is just master one platform. I've had lots and lots of models where, you know, they come to me with 80k followers on IG and they're like, okay, let's hit X, let's hit Reddit, let's hit all these platforms. Actually, how about we focus on the one platform and improving your content a lot more on there? Because when you start to focus on loads of different platforms, you will end up getting less money because the quality across the board will drop. So really, really think about mastering one platform and start narrow. Once you start mastering one platform, then scale that platform. Then once you've scaled that platform to the maximum and you're creating great quality content, then, only then, you can move on to different platforms. One platform is enough to get you 100k per month if it's the right one, especially IG. So it leads me on to number 2. So this is platform fit. Know what works best for you. So when it does come to certain platforms like X, I'd say that's for more curvy girls, busty girls. Then you have got Reddit, which is built for young girls. I've seen a lot of MILFs on there that have done well. Yeah, really young girls do well on there. Big boobs, that does absolutely fantastic. So you have to be using the right platform that fits you and build it within your personality. So don't be hitting long form platforms if you are ADHD riddled and really struggle to talk for a long time. The final one, I've give this platform just a name on its own because it is the most used platform in the world. It's so important that every model who wants to hit 100k per month is scaling. on this platform, and that's how you're going to become successful. So it's just Instagram mastery. We call this the hub platform because we base all of our models around Instagram. If you're not doing Instagram, we won't work with you. So let's break it down. Let's get deeper into mastering one platform. So what I've wrote here: too many creators spread themselves thin. It's what they do. If you're hitting every platform, you're not putting all your focus into one, so your content ends up being a little bit shitter on all the platforms. So I'd say you need them at 100%. You'll maybe drop down to 70% each platform, maybe 50, 60. It doesn't work. You need to be the best of the best in social media for it to work, because if it don't look great, you're not going to hit the For You page. The next thing is focus all your energy on mastering one platform before expanding. What content works. So you want to be literally mastering what content works, finding what doesn't, build systems. So it's impossible to do everything yourself, so you want to be building systems. I'll get into that later on. Once it's predictable, then duplicate it to others. You know, repurposing tools. What we do is just use CapCut and change the model's face slightly. That's a good way to repurpose and not lose quality. You can't scale chaos. Master one machine first, and seriously, if you are hitting every platform, really focus on one. You'll get a lot more benefit from it. The next one is platform fit. So I've done a little analogy here. I did explain it briefly. Every creator thrives differently. Your personality, content style and energy determine what platform fits you best. If you're talkative, expressive, maybe YouTube or TikTok over a minute videos will do well. You can even get paid from them if you do well. If you're visual or aesthetic, Instagram we say for everyone. So I know it doesn't fit the shoot of everyone, but you should be doing it if you want to hit 100k per month. It's a non-negotiable. But YouTube, TikTok, if you are really talkative, they're really good. If you aren't very talkative, then we can jump onto X, Reddit. If you are an e-girl, goth, gamer girl vibes, they do really, really well on Reddit. Play to your strengths, not trends. Just because someone else is popping off on the platform, don't mean you're gonna. Agencies like ours, we study platforms for literally hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, thousands of hours. We know what models work best as we have the data across loads and loads of models. We know what works best on each platform, so it's a lot easier for us. If you are a creator, I do recommend just going and having a look on each platform and seeing what does perform the best. On to the next thing. So I'm going to go over here to Instagram mastery. Like I said, it's a non-negotiable to do Instagram. It's got the most active users on there. If your account's in a good position, you can get onto the For You page. Yes, the quality of subs is the quality of subscribers that come through to OF might not be the best, but the ability for videos that were uploaded 3 weeks ago to still be bringing in traffic. You can have a constant traffic flow that doesn't end really. Coming from Instagram, even from a video 6-7 months ago. So Instagram, when it compiles and you've got literally viral video after viral video, and you're getting a massive reach per month, it just wins any platform by a country mile. IG is the best central hub for brand, personality and conversion. That is true. We can brand you correctly on there. People can get to know your personality much easier than other platforms. It builds trust. With stories and reels, you can show your lifestyle, shows literally trust, which does help with conversions, because people that come over to the OF, they can fall in love with the model and they really want to get to know you. And building a long-term brand isn't about sticking to a niche and just aiming to them people. A brand is people falling in love with your personality and how you are, and you can really showcase this on IG. So Instagram is your storefront. Make it personal, consistent and alive. Don't be like everyone else. Make changes to your videos. Be unique to yourself. You are the only you. Like for me, I'm a very, very laid back character. I say a lot. I'm quite down to earth, so that's a little bit about me. You know, you have to go to your unique personality style and yeah, just be yourself and people will love you for that. So when it does also come to platforms, scaling across platforms once you've mastered one. So when you have all of this under control, so you've mastered one platform, you've now scaled it, you know what works for you. Basically, I'd say make sure Instagram is the one that you master first. Then you want to literally scale to another platform. So you can do one like X or Reddit. If you do come to our agency, or you are a creator out there and you're like, oh, actually, I have got an X account that's got 200 or 300,000 followers, scale that, put a lot of effort into that. When you've got like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 accounts, I don't know what sort of traffic method you are using, or if you're using organic marketing, or how you're doing your promotion. What you want to do from there, you want to scale that platform and then bounce onto IG if you're not already doing it. But you want to scale whatever you've got at first, and then just build an IG up in the background, as it does take a prolonged period of time, to be truthful with you. So right, the next one we're going to jump into is scalability. So we want to turn you, the creator, into a machine, and the only way we can create you into a machine is by taking all the effort that you're putting in and spread it out to multiple employees or AI, or however you decide to do it. Because actually, you are just you have 24 hours in a day. If you want to improve, you literally simply don't have that much time in a day. If you've got to go and create great quality content, it's impossible to literally create content, do the chatting, find content plans, do everything. This is why having a team around you is absolutely amazing, and especially being with an agency, it really does help, because what it enables you to do is put a team around you, and then you don't even have to think or worry about them, because if any issues happen within the team, the agency will just sort it out. But if you are a model and you are looking to hire a team specifically, just drop me a message and I can explain everything on how to do this, how to scale your platforms. So I've split this into 3 sections, like every other point. So you want to scale across accounts and platforms, which means just basically making more accounts. Build your team, people scale. So if you want more accounts, you're going to need more people, which is just basically people scaling. And then you want to systemize before you scale. So what you want to do is create SOPs, which are standard operation procedures. And what you want to do with SOPs, this tells your workers how to actually work. So you want to get into a position where you have a document, your workers go, they read the document, and then from reading the document, they know what to do without you having to put too much input in. Because if you had to put input into every single person, then you will just be a slave to your own craft, basically. You'll just be another slave. You need to be overseeing this stuff. You need to be moving all the cogs at the top, not the one, at the bottom, pushing as hard as you can to try and make the thing move. You need to have it all systemized, and you need to make sure that everything is in place. And then people are submitting daily KPIs, which just means the work that they're doing throughout the day, and just make sure everything is running smoothly. So when it does come into scaling across accounts and platforms, right? Once your system plus team are solid, duplicate your presence. So once you've got the system, you've got literally an SOP to give to someone, the account's running it by itself, then you can, and you've built a team to do that, then you are in a position to get 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts, whatever fits you, whatever platform you're using. This enables you to have more data. More data equals more room for improvement, and then that allows for more revenue. So it's really simple in that at that retrospect. The next one is you want to build your team, people scale. Obviously this is just self-explanatory. You can't hit 100k per month on your own. You need a team to do it, because there's a lot of operations that go on. If you want to be seen by more people, you need loads of accounts. You simply just can't upload to every single one and be creating content. It's just too much. You need an editor, you need a VA, you need chatters on your OF. Essentially you are running, if you were doing it as an individual, 56 hours work in a day for yourself. Do you know what I mean? It's just impossible. The goal isn't to work harder, it's to build workers. You've got to work smart, not hard, when you are at this level. So make sure that you do have all the KPIs complete at the end of the day, end of day reports, have all your tracking systems on point. Then you want to systemize before you scale. Literally, don't scale chaos, scale clarity. Yeah, I won't go over that one because I feel like I've already gone over this, but it does include a little bit of make sure you're bringing the fans for a journey, and chatting scripts within the OF, and with the content that you're creating, make sure it is good quality content, so the ideas that you're finding are good and you are putting your own little twist onto them. connecting all the dots here to perfect scalability. At the end, you just want it automated and you want it optimized, so you want it working at the best of its ability and you want it to be automated. I don't really have to put any effort in really throughout the day, probably just a few hours work making sure everyone's doing their job properly, but I set the SOPs up so tightly and my team works so tight that there's rarely any issues, to be honest with you. It's really easily done. If there is any issues when you are trying to scale with workers, have a look at yourself and how you can improve your employment systems, how you can improve literally giving them the SOPs. We make it like so a 4-year-old can understand. So if you do it like that, you will reap the rewards. Post schedulers, message script, Notion dashboards. Notion's a great one to track all the metrics of fans and stuff like that. Weekly team syncs to review what's working. We do weekly calls for chatting. We do it for content creation. We do Tuesday calls with models to see how they're working. And then you just want to keep constantly optimizing. So you the agency owner, or you the model, it's quite difficult if you are a model on your own. You can't really do it. To scale, you have to add systems, data and delegation. So if you do all of them, you'll be absolutely smashing it. But at the top, you have to be split testing what works. You have to be the one saying, oh, we can see these trends doing really well. How can we implement this? How can we implement new chatting scripts? Should we try a different bio? How are we going to improve on long-term value of OF fans? All this stuff you have to take into accountability, and with experience it does get better and much easier. So it's always good to have a solid team behind you. So the final one is OnlyFans. So if you do want to scale past 100k per month and you're not taking care of the OnlyFans, you've got traffic coming in, you've scaled the account, your mindset's correct. Right now, the OnlyFans is the big portion where all your money comes through. Without OnlyFans, this whole video doesn't even exist. So OnlyFans, what you want to do is build the ultimate fan experience. And by this, I broke it into 3 different pillars, but it comes from when the subscriber first clicks on your IG, hits your funnel, clicks on your deep link, and then from there, when they click the deep link, what are they seeing? Are they seeing that you're in a certain kilometers proximity to them? Are they seeing a lovely photo of you? Are they seeing like a nice hook to get them into there? And then when they click on, what's your bio like? Is it optimal? So this is another thing you should be really testing and making sure that you are optimizing the percentage of people who click on your funnel and subscribe. So that's another thing to keep into account. If you do maximize this and get the best one possible after testing for a few weeks or months or even years, then you will be at a good point to scale to over 100k per month. So the first thing you want is 24-hour chatting coverage. Some creators have audiences all over the world. So you might have people from Canada, the UK, you know, there's big time differences. So you want someone covering for 24 hours. You've also got people doing night shifts in both time regions. So it literally is a 24-hour system. Someone's always got their meat in their hands. So we always need to be there as a chatting team or a chatting agency, or as an agency in general. You always need 24-hour coverage. So if you are a model, I highly recommend employing chatters. Custom content strategy. So I do want to talk on this because I've worked with a few models that we sell great in the messages and customs come through and they're really lazy when it comes to customs. So I'd recommend not doing them if you're going to be lazy, because you risk banning the account and there'll be a lot of chargebacks. But customs are massive, so the more traffic coming through, we tend to put the price up on customs. Some of them we do $80 per minute, minimum 5 minutes, so literally they are about $400 each time on a custom. They can become a bit tedious to make for the model, so make sure if you are an agency, you're asking the model what prices they're happy with and give your recommendations. But if you are doing customs, you can make a lot of money on these, especially to fans that have been around for a while who do like your customs. If you make them really well, they'll keep coming back and back and back. So I do recommend the custom content strategy, make sure you are doing customs. They are really good. They aren't as good as messaging, but they will make up a large percentage of your income if you do them correctly. And then the next one is fan experience and retention. A lot of people, they just put a dodgy African chatter on the other side of the computer, and they're not thinking about the moment the fan comes in, what are they experiencing? If your girl's a biker girl, are they getting like the ultimate biker experience? Is she talking to them about the bike? Is her the first image you send her with her boobs like this on the bike? These men dig into their fantasies. When you are thinking about scaling a model, think about her target audience, her ideal audience. Then when you capture that, you can brand her way better. So always have that in your thought. We run chatting scripts. We don't really let the chatters do any free roaming anymore. It's literally everything script. So we plan from the first day they come in, to the first week, to the first week and a half, to the first 3 weeks, to the first 4 weeks. There's a whole chatting experience that the fans go through when they are coming into the OF. So really do keep that in mind. So let's dig deeper into 24-hour chatting coverage. Fans come from every time zone. We've covered this. Building a chatting team with swift systems, morning, evening and night. We run 8-hour shifts to make sure the chatters don't tire, and then you can work it much better if someone calls in sick, etc. Train each chatter to use tone, scripts and emotional storytelling. You should find this when you onboard the model. If you are a model, it's just literally impossible for you to talk for 24 hours, so you do need to get chatters involved. Each chatter needs training. This is very time consuming. We have a chatting manager who does train the chatters. No fan should ever feel ignored. Do not sleep on this. Every fan should get the best experience possible. So yeah, don't over complicate that, or don't look past it and just think, oh, Matt's talking shit. I'm not. Literally do that and it will make it a big difference. Customs, your highest profit point. They're not really your highest profit point. Messaging is your highest profit point, but from a perspective, if you do sell one custom, you can make $400. Some people pay $1,000. I've even seen someone pay $1,000 for a voice note. So you can really sell a lot. It just all depends on how you brand your model. You want the model, if you are a model, complete every request on time. Custom content, it actually makes the fan feel much more special, because you know you're not. A lot of fans know what's going on these days. I feel like they just don't give a shit. They know agencies are on the other side, but when you are an actual model, when you're making a video and you're saying, oh Dave, blah 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 blah, then it really does help when creating a bond and keeping the long-term value of that fan. So give real attention, detail to name, fantasy, inside jokes. Train your chatters to do this. Make notes. We have a Notion document where we literally document about all of each model, each big spender, and even on inflow in the bottom corner, you can do the occupation, job, blah blah blah. Just write notes on them. Just literally give them the most personalized experience you can. Treat every custom like a luxury experience. So we have a girl who's really into F1. The men who like to talk to her about F1, she will literally speak to them, send them a voice message about F1, blah 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 blah. And then in a custom, some of them like her in an F1 outfit. No one else is really doing that, so we get to do striptease in F1 outfit. Get creative with it, really. You can make a lot of money with it, and it's all about how your model speaks to the customer. Make sure there's no rude, no bluntness. Be happy, you know, you want to speak to them. At the end of the day, these guys pay your mortgage. So fan experience and retention. So a lot of people, they don't actually think about the fan experience. They just think traffic. A lot of people overlook the whole reason of this is for us to make sales and OF. So why are you overlooking and getting some random African who's had a job for 6 months at a shitty agency and doesn't know how to chat? I like to just take all accountability away from the chatters and just use our scripts, because no matter what chatters you get in, they're never going to be as good as you if they haven't studied this. The only ones that are better than you are ones with a lot of experience, and you have vetted them as very good chatters, and you put them as your managers, or you get them on board chatting and you come together and work as a team and then make up chatting scripts together, and you can make absolutely fantastic ones. So, you know, not every work is bad, but you just have to do it really smart. So you have to ensure the fan experience is absolutely amazing. Send audios, send photos. We use AI to send voice messages. You don't even need the models to talk, you just have to get them to input. You can do that on 11 labs, that's how you do it. They just speak into the thing, we adjust the voice, remake the voice, and just send voice messages to the men. They love it, the conversions are way more better doing it this way. Make sure you wish them happy birthday, favorite content types. Really dig deep into these people. When you are speaking to them, bring up previous conversations that you've had. Bring up personal things to you. I'll bullshit them, and then personal things into their life, and really build a solid connection with them. People forget what you post, they remember how you made them feel. So always, it's all about making these people feel really special and wanted. So the final thing of this is timeliness and professionalism. I've left this in by accident. Timeliness and professionalism. The top 1% treat OnlyFans like a business. They upload, reply, deliver on time, stick to schedules or PPVs, DMs. You have to have a constant flow of new content coming to the OF. A lot of people just literally resell, but when you have got a long-term customer, you want to be making more content for these people. Like, if you have got a long-term fan retention, what you want to do is just be making constant new content and improving it. I know in the end it's very difficult to improve, but be creative with it, because these men, they're sub to 10, 20, 30, 40 girls. Be that one that's unique to them, and you will have them be long-term spenders. You have to think of it this way. If you have a fan that potentially spends $5,000 to $10,000 per month, and you have 10 of them, all you have to do is keep them happy every month, and you will make, you know, 50 to 100k per month. So it's really not that difficult. It's just being creative, using voice notes, using really good scripts. Don't be too reliant on poor chatting. Literally, you have to build them up, have the correct systems in place, and consistency creates confidence. Like, when you see and you implement these changes, you will see massive changes into your income. So I hope you did enjoy the video of how to scale to 100k per month. If you do implement all of this and you do master it all, then you will be able to scale to 100k per month, no problem, as an agency and as a creator. If you need any help, my Instagram is MattOFM, and you can drop me a message and we can go over any of this in more elaborate detail. Thank you for watching. Peace out.